All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about what is arguably the most critical decade for your entire financial future, your 40s. Look, this isn't just about getting older. It's about getting way smarter with your money. So why are these 10 years so incredibly important?
Yeah, I think that hits home for a lot of us, right? I mean, the back hurts, the vacuum is suddenly your best friend, but it's really that last part that we're zoning in on today, making your money start working harder for you. That's the whole game. The idea is to completely flip the script so your wealth starts building on itself, setting you up for the long haul.
So I want you to try something. Let's reframe this whole thing. Forget calling your 40s middle age. Instead, I want you to think of it as the championship decade for your finances. Seriously, everything you did in your 20s and 30s, that was just practice. This is the big game. This is where you win.
Exactly. I mean, the moves you make right now, between 40 and 50, they have this massive, outsized impact. So why is that? Well, a couple of things are happening. First, you're probably in your peak earning years. And second, you still have a good amount of time, a solid runway for that beautiful magic of compound interest to really, really do its thing. Think of it like this. It's the fourth quarter and every single play matters. Okay, so how do you actually win this thing? Well, here's the good news. It's not about making some crazy, complex, risky moves. Nope. It's all about having a simple but super powerful game plan, and then just executing it, day in and day out. We're going to break it down into two main strategies.
Think about any great sports team. They need a killer offense, right? But they also need a defense that's just a brick wall. Well, your finances are exactly the same. Your offense, that's all about how aggressively you save and invest. And your defense, that comes down to how disciplined you are with your spending. So let's kick things off with the offense.
All right, let's talk offense. This is your number one scoring objective. We are talking about the single most important target you need to be shooting for to really build a dominant lead in this game. So what is it? What's that magic number? What's the milestone that pretty much all the experts say you should have sitting in your retirement accounts by the time you hit your 50th birthday?
6 times. That's the number. The goal, the big one, is to have 6 times your annual salary saved up for retirement by the time you're blowing out those 50th birthday candles.
Let's just make that real for a second. If you make, say, $100,000 a year, your goal is to have $600,000 saved up. And look, this isn't just some number plucked out of thin air. It's a key benchmark that tells you you're on the right track. And, getting there, it usually means you're doing things like maxing out your 401k or your IRA year after year after year.
Okay, now, this is a bit of a reality check. That first bar, that's where a lot of people actually are when they turn 40. And that second bar, well, that's the goal. See that space in between? That's the gap. And yeah, it might look a little scary, I get it, but just seeing it, knowing exactly what you're up against, that is the most important first step. Your entire decade, your entire offensive game plan is about closing that gap.
But listen, what good is a great offense if your defense is full of holes? It's useless, right? The single biggest opponent, the biggest threat to your whole savings plan is something called lifestyle inflation. So your defensive strategy is all about one thing, becoming immune to it.
Now, this idea is so simple, it's almost brilliant. But please do not underestimate how powerful this is. As you get raises and promotions in your 40s, the temptation is always there, right? A bigger car, a fancier vacation, that's lifestyle inflation. Becoming immune to it is about making a conscious choice, a decision to say, nope, not going to upgrade. And instead, you take every single extra dollar and you send it to work for your future self.
And this just lays it all out, plain and simple. Look at the two paths here. On the one side, without immunity, every time you get a raise, your spending just goes up with it. And your savings rate, it just flatlines. But on the other side, with immunity, wow. Every single raise becomes rocket fuel for your savings, and you just dramatically speed up that journey to your 6x goal.
And that right there is the heart of your entire defensive strategy. I want you to start thinking of every raise, every bonus as an opportunity. It's a fork in the road. Is it a chance to spend more now, or is it a chance to put more points on the board for your retirement? That choice, that decision you make over and over again, that's what decides the final score of this whole game.
All right, let's pull all this together. Winning your financial championship, it's got nothing to do with luck. It is all about having a clear, simple playbook and then having the discipline to run the plays.
So here it is. This is your championship playbook, just 3 simple steps.
First, you gotta know your target. Do the math, figure out your personal 6x salary goal. Second, build that defense. Make a real commitment to fight lifestyle inflation every single time you get a raise. And third, and this is the most important one, you just execute. You run those two plays, offense and defense, over and over and over again all decade long.
You know, we started with this quote, and it really is the perfect way to bring this all home. Combining that aggressive offensive savings with a lockdown defensive spending plan, that is how you make your money start working harder than you do. That's how you turn your paycheck into a powerful engine for building real wealth.
Look, the game is on. It's happening right now. You're on the field, and that clock on your championship decade, it's running. Knowing the playbook is great, but it's not enough. Running the plays, that's what wins championships. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What's your next play?